Hello, all. Welcome to Operation Goodwood, Global War 36 version 4.1. This is the British Commonwealth in France right now. Good to be back with you guys and enjoy another game. And yeah, let's see how all this goes and have some fun with some new players and some old ones as well. But first thing we got to do is, I believe the Japanese player missed Siam, so we're just going to roll his recruitment roll for Siam right now. See if I can give him as much luck as he gave the Mongolian player. So close for you, buddy. I got you at 2, so it's no good there. The British Commonwealth for tech, they have two factories. So we're going to go for radar and anti-submarine warfare. The dice are color-coded to help us out here. And red is an 8 and white is a 7, so that's good for both of them. So we'll move them both up to stage 1. Okay. Purchases. I got everything showing here. We'll just show you the Commonwealth for now. So the Commonwealth has $11. They're going to spend 10 on 2 railroads and 2 infantry and save $1. They're also going to get a sub and a destroyer to place. The Far East Command has $5. They're going to get an infantry and a militia. And the Anzacs have $3. They're going to buy an infantry. So obviously, the British, there's absolutely no combat movements, but there's a heck of a lot of non-combat movement going on. So the Anzacs are just holding put, not doing anything. So they're just going to take their infantry and place him in Sydney. Okay. The Far East Command is going to move their battleship, heavy cruiser, and destroyer from I-11 down to I-12. The destroyer in P-50 is going to go to I-12. And the coastal sub, the light carrier, and the fighter are also going to go to I-12. The transport in I-11 is going to go into port. The transport in I-16, Maharashtra, is going to go into port. The infantry in Delhi is going to walk to Maharashtra. And the infantry in Calcutta is going to rail to Maharashtra. And that will take care of the Far East Command. So they get a infantry and a militia. So the infantry is going to go into Calcutta, and the militia is going to go into Burma. That will just pretty simple stuff there for them. Okay, the British. The battleship and heavy cruiser in M8 are going to go into port into Lower Egypt. The destroyer, tactical, and light carrier will stay in place and just stay out at sea there. The light cruiser, sub, and destroyer in M2 is going to stay in place there. The destroyer from A21 with the major port is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and join them in M12. The TBD is just going to stay put. The destroyer in A17 with his major port up here is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and stop there. The fighter is going to fly from London to southern England. The rest of the Navy in A6 and A23 is going to stay put for now. And they're going to be out at sea. The air transport and infantry in London are going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to Gibraltar and land. Okay, the transport in A21. No, he's just going to hang out there. He's going to stay at sea now. No, he's going to go in the port. Yeah, he's going in the port. I forgot about doing that. He's going to go there. Everything else is going to stay. The ships over in Nova Scotia are going to go in the port. Boom, boom, boom. And I think that is all the non-combat movements for the British. So their placements is a rail in Rhodesia and then a rail from Sudan. So that will connect the rails, which means to get their air base, which is going to go into Lower Egypt. They're going to place one infantry at the factory in Cape Town. They're going to place the other infantry at the factory in London. And the sub and the destroyer are going to go to the shipyard in A21 and join that TBD. I believe that is it for the British Commonwealth. So the Anzacs will collect their $3. The Far East Command will collect their $5. The British are up to 12, and they kept one. So they will be at $13. 10, 11, 12, $13 for their next turn. And then France has one factory. So they're going to go for long-range aircraft. And they hit with a 10. So the French go up to stage 1 of long-range aircraft. Now they have $6 to spend. Plus they get a free sub. So they are going to be lend-leasing a Mountain Man to Abyssinia and doing a militia upgrade for the republics in Caledonia. So we're just going to do them now because there's no fights going on. So militia upgrade, militia comes off, infantry goes on. And then the mountain guy is going to come down through the Suez, through French Somaliland, into Abyssinia. Okay. Now the French non-combat movements. I know I got a little turn here, guys, but okay. So the transport infantry in Cochinchina are going to go 1, 2, 3 to French Somaliland, and the transport is an I-4. The transport in M2 and the Foreign Legion in Northern Algeria are going to go 1, 2, 3 to Syria. And he is going to go into port into Syria. The light cruiser going to go 1, 2, escort duty A-44. The TBD 1, 2, escort duty A-44. The destroyer 1, 2, 3, escort duty A-35. The two destroyers in A-29, one's going to go 1 to A-28 escort duty, and that one's going to go 1, 2 to A-20 escort duty. Cleaning up all my arrows. Okay, the two battleships in A-29 are going to go into port in Aquitaine. The infantry in Normandy is going to walk to Picardy. Infantry in Aquitaine is going to walk to Paris. The infantry in southern France is going to walk to Alsace. The motorized is going to go down to Vichy, southern France, Vichy, France. The aircraft, watch out, puppy dogs. The aircraft are going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to northern Algeria. 1, 2, 3, 4, northern Algeria. The subs, this sub is going to go 1, 2, 3. These subs are going to go 1, 2, 3 to A35 and A28 respectively. Okay. I believe that is all my non-combats. The last part of place units we have to do is the sub is going to go to the shipyard in A22. And I'm just looking one last time for any arrows for either the Commonwealth or France that I may have forgotten. I don't see anything. We are looking good everywhere. So the last thing we have to do is Abyssinia on a 1 for their recruitment role. So let's see what we can do for the French with Abyssinia. That is a 6. That is no good. The French will collect $7 because the annexation, they're at 7, so they're going to take their 6 from here. Add 1 more to make 7. And then let's do a quick disposition of forces for the French and the British Commonwealth. So no changes for Anzac except we added an infantry to Sydney. The Feck fleet is now in I-12, which is a coastal sub, 2 destroyers, a heavy cruiser, battleship, light carrier, and a fighter. Added a militia to Burma, so we got a militia and a Gurkha. Calcutta has an infantry and a transport in port. Maharashtra has 2 infantry and a transport in port. No other changes for the Far East Command. The French have an infantry in French Somaliland and a transport in I-4. Abyssinia has 3 militia and a mountain infantry. There are rails connecting the whole way up now. Infantry added to Cape Town. Lower Egypt has a air base, battleship, and heavy cruiser, both in port. The other 2 ships stayed the same. Syria has a Foreign Legion, transport in port, and a militia. Northern Algeria has a fighter and a medium bomber. A44 has a light cruiser and a TBD on escort duty. Gibraltar has an air transport, infantry, and a militia. A35 has 2 subs and a destroyer on escort duty. A28 has a sub and a destroyer on escort duty. A20 has a destroyer on escort duty. Aquitaine has 2 battleships in port. Southern France has 2 motorized, a militia, and a mountain infantry. Paris has 2 infantry and a artillery. Alsace has 4 infantry. Picardy has 2 infantry. London has 1 infantry. Southern England has 2 militia and a fighter and a seaplane and a transport and port. A21 has a TBD, sub, and destroyer. A23 still has the coastal defense ship, heavy cruiser, and battle cruiser. And A6 still has the battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, light cruisers, and a destroyer. And I believe that is it. The militia was upgraded to an infantry in Catalonia. If you guys have any questions, please ask, and we will see you all next year. Last thing is they went 3 for 3 on tech. So radar, anti-sub for the British up, and long-range aircraft for the French. Have a good one. See you guys all next year.